How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about all things relating to Marvel. And just when you thought it couldn't get even more confusing with Sony Spider-Verse and Spider-Man in the MCU, Sony comes out and announces a new Spider-Man film. And this is going to be written by the same people that brought you The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So we're going to break down everything that you need to know. If you're new, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things relating to Marvel and to enter my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. So this news is coming to us from The Wrap and Collider. And they are reporting that a new Spider-Man spin-off movie is coming from Sony and writer Roberto Orci. Now, Roberto wrote The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in it, and now he's been tapped to write a new Spider-Man spin-off movie, one that is currently in pre-development over at Sony. Now, according to this report per Collider, we don't know much about this movie. We don't know which characters it's going to revolve around or focus on, but we do know that this is not going to take place inside of the MCU. It's going to be in Sony's Spider-Verse. Now, this doesn't come as that big of a surprise. Sony has been setting up their Spider-Verse for quite some time. We have Venom and Venom 2 is coming out soon, Morbius, and reported are Nightwatch, Silk, and Silver and Black, not to mention Kraven the Hunter, and not to mention that Spider-Man seems to be jumping over from the MCU to the Sonyverse occasionally as well. Now, besides being a writer for The Amazing Spider-Man #2, Orci has written and co-written Mission Impossible 3, the rebooted Star Trek trilogy, and the first two Transformer films. And Sony seems to have a pretty good direction in which they want to take this new Spider-Verse that they have. Venom was a success, you can't really argue with that. Venom 2 is very hype right now, and the Morbius trailer actually looked pretty dang good, and everybody's really excited for this movie. Not to mention to see how it all connects. Now, of course, we would like to think that they could be bringing in Miles Morales, or maybe even a Spider-Woman movie that has been reported about in the past. And one has to think that perhaps they are starting to develop the live-action Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a massive success for Sony, and it proved that they could do Spider-Man on their own. And now they're making Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. Now, luckily for us, Sony and Marvel/Disney have been playing nice lately, and both the CEOs of both companies have expressed interest in continuing their contract with each other after both new Spider-Man films. So it's pretty safe to say that Tom Holland is going to remain in the MCU. However, like I mentioned, one superpower that he seems to have is being able to jump between the universes between Sony and Marvel. So the Spider-Man that they're most likely going to bring in this film is most likely not going to be Peter Parker. There are obviously many different Spider-Man they can choose from, or Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman, and then they can have Tom Holland's Spider-Man jump over to the Sonyverse and complete a live-action Spider-Verse. Again, not much is really known about this film, but one does have to think that this is going to be their first step in developing a live-action Spider-Verse. But let me know what you think about this awesome news. Which Spider-Man movie would you like to see, and which different version of Spider-Man would you like to see enter the Sonyverse? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things related to Marvel and Spider-Man, and so you can enter my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.